Hey everyone, welcome to today's meditation. Today's meditation is a bit more engaged than other meditations. This is a clearing process that will help you to clear the fear of failure and the emotional attachment to success. And so I'm going to explain a couple of things before we begin the formal meditation. And what I wanted to talk about is these energies of failure and success. They're kind of two sides of the coin. Now, without going into extensive detail, what holds most people back is the fear and resistance towards failing, and the emotional attachment and the wanting and the desire for success. Rather than being really present with what is, rather than really just enjoying the process, whether it succeeds or fails. So, a great example of this is in relationships, where we fear and resist the idea of the relationship failing, and there may be a strong emotional attachment to the success of the relationship, which tends to block the flow of love, and the relationship actually tends to wither and lose its vitality. So, what this meditation will do is it will help you to clear away the fear, the resistance to failing, and the emotional attachment to success. And often the result of this is actually success. It actually is getting the very thing you want. And it comes at it from a more enlightened perspective, a higher vibration, a better energy level. And rather than fear, it's moving from love. So this guided process will empower you, it will strengthen you, and it will help you to be more at peace with whatever occurs in your life. This meditation process does require a commitment to finish it. So please, before you begin, make sure you have time to complete this process. And it also requires some engagement from you. So there's a couple different ways you can go about this exercise. Basically, I'm going to be asking you a series of questions that are designed to unpack all of this and crack open your subconscious in a healthy way and support you to bring more love into your life. Now, you can either write down the answers in a notebook, you can speak them out loud, or you can simply think them in your mind. I would personally recommend speaking them out loud. That's the simplest and easiest way to do this exercise, and it's powerful to hear yourself speak them. So let's begin. My prayer for you is that the following meditation and exercise will help you to create great success in all areas of your life, that it will help you to transform your relationship with failure and with success so you can really thrive in your life. So may it be so, so be it. Now, before we begin the questions, please choose a specific domain or area of your life that you're struggling with in regards to succeeding and failing. So this can be literally anything. Some examples are business, finances, your sexual relationships, your intimate relationships, health, weight loss, any kind of competition, or really anything that you fear or resist failing and that you are emotionally invested in success. So please choose the most charged domain and topic and just describe it in 1 or 2 sentences. You can write it down or speak it out loud. Please pause the recording if needed to get clear on this intention. Okay, so now that you have your intention written down or spoken out loud, that which you're struggling with and you want to work through, please find yourself in a meditative position and start taking some deep breaths. Please get centered and calm. Breathing in deeply, closing your eyes. And on the exhale, just make a ha sound. So breathing in through the nose. Ha. And keep breathing like that. Breathing in. Ha. Continue to breathe like this. And as you breathe, please increase the amount of time it takes for you to inhale and increase the amount of time it takes you to exhale on the ha sound. You can also make a sighing sound. The purpose of this is to relax your system. So continuing to breathe through your nose and sighing and a ha sound on the exhale. Allow your being to relax. Allow any tension, stress, or worries release. And just notice how, as you breathe like this, it has a very regulating effect on your nervous system, your mind. So continuing to breathe like this for a few more moments. Centering yourself, calming yourself. We always want to approach clearing and energy work with as much calm and centeredness as possible. And so, coming back to a regular breath, breathing deeply, but no need to sigh anymore. Just continue to breathe normally. And please bring up your topic. Whatever your intention is for clearing here, please bring that topic up and imagine and experience failure. So this is going to be uncomfortable, and that's part of the point. So please bear with me. Bring up this topic and imagine the experience of failing. We're wanting to bring up the visceral experience of failure. So feel it, sense it, experience it to the best of your ability. Noticing any resistance or fear to this process. That's exactly what we're clearing. So, witnessing the energy of failure, taking some more time to imagine this failure. Now that you have this feeling of failure, I'm going to begin asking you a series of questions. The answers may come as a feeling, a sensation, a thought, an image, or a memory. So feeling failure, what does this failure feel like? Once again, you can answer these out loud or silently. You can also write them down if need be, although I would recommend speaking them out loud. What does this failure feel like? Please describe it in a simple word or sentence. Where does it live in your body? Once again, please don't overthink this. Trust the first answer that comes to mind. Trust your intuition. So where does it live in your body? Is it connected to any specific chakra or energy center? can you feel any parts of you that are resisting this process? And are you willing to welcome them rather than push them away? You've tried resisting and fearing failure, and it hasn't worked very well. So would you like to try something different? Are you willing to let go of any resistance to failure right now? Take a deep breath, sighing on the exhale, letting it go. Can you feel any parts of yourself that want to fix this issue that we're facing? Are there any parts that are emotionally attached to healing or changing? And are you willing to welcome them in now? Would you be willing to send love to the parts that are resisting and the parts that want to fix this problem? Would you be willing to send them love? Can you send them more love? Take a moment and really love these parts. Welcome them fully. Send them a bit more love. Take a deep breath. Sighing on the exhale. Now come back to the topic, the original topic or situation that you're focusing on. Now please imagine you have failed. Imagine the worst case scenario. Everything has fallen apart. You have failed. Really imagine it, feel it, and see this reality. We're going to give you about 30 seconds. Please really take a moment to put yourself in that. Imagine as much detail as possible. I know it's uncomfortable. Just a few more moments now. Now, how does that feel? And how does that last feeling that you feel right now, how does that feel? And as you feel all of this, what happens inside of yourself? Okay, now let it all go. Take a deep breath. Come back to the present moment. Take a few deep breaths, sighing on the exhale. Come back to calmness. Now, imagine the best case scenario. You have succeeded. You are wildly successful. Everything has worked out beautifully in your favor. Really imagine, feel, and see this reality. Once again, we'll give you about 30 seconds to fully immerse yourself in success. How does it feel? What does it look like? What's happening? Notice all the details. Good. Now, how does that feel? And whatever that feeling is, well, how does that feeling feel? And what happens inside of yourself when you feel all of this? Okay, let it all go. Take a few deep breaths, release the images, come back to calmness. Continue to sigh a few times on the exhale. Now, feel calmness. Feel regulation in your nervous system. And from this place of calmness, imagine a lighter version of failure. So imagine a failure in this situation that is painful, but it's manageable. It's not quite as big of a deal. Please take a few moments now. We'll give you a similar amount of time, about 20 seconds now, so a little bit faster, to see it, feel it, imagine it. Immerse yourself in a not so painful, but slightly painful and manageable experience of failure. And just notice how that feels. What happens in this slightly less bad version? Not a big deal. How does that feel? And whatever that feeling is, how does that feeling feel? And what happens inside of yourself when you feel all of this? And just noticing what happens. Now, with calmness, switch to the best case scenario, okay? You're wildly successful again. Everything is working out perfectly. Spend about 20 seconds, you're wildly successful. See it, feel it, imagine it. Now, how does that feel? And whatever that last feeling is, what does that feeling feel like? And as you're feeling all of this, what happens inside of yourself? Okay, taking a deep breath, letting go of that. Now switching back with calmness, please go back to the absolute worst case failure. If this happens, know that you will make it through. Imagine it, see it, feel it. Put yourself fully in the absolute worst case scenario again, knowing that you will make it through. Be calm and imagine it. See it, feel it. Fully immerse yourself in it. And how does that feel? And whatever that last feeling was, how does that last feeling feel? And as you feel all of this, what happens inside of yourself? Okay, now take a deep breath, let all that go. Take a few deep breaths, come back to calmness, sighing on the exhale, releasing. We're gonna, in a moment here, start to speed things up. So it's gonna get faster, and that's to dissolve the energy. So please bear with me. Use the best you can, your best will, your best focus, and surrender to the process. So with calmness, now switch back to the absolute best case scenario. When this best case scenario happens, know that you will be centered in loving calm. Imagine it, see it, feel it. We'll give you about 20 seconds. Fully be in the absolute best case scenario. Feel it, imagine it, see it. Know that you will be centered in loving calm when this best case scenario happens. Okay, so now we're going to speed things up. Please quickly switch back to the thought of failure, the thought of it failing. Switching back now. Imagine it, see it, feel it. Now quickly switch back to when you are successful. Switch back to when you're successful. Imagine, see it, feel it. Remaining calm, go back to failure. With calm, go back to success. Feeling calm with failure, go back to failure. Feeling calm, go back to success. Back to failure. With calm, go back to when you are successful with calm. Go back to if you were to fail, calmly. Now switch between failure, success. Failure, success. Failure, success. Switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And noticing the two overlapping. Failure, success, failure, success. Okay, take a deep breath. Let it all go, good work. Take 3 deep breaths, sighing on the exhale. Breathing in. Once more. Okay, now, with absolute calmness, please focus all of your attention on the successful imagination. You will have 1 minute. Fully immerse yourself in success, in the best case scenario. Take it all in. Feel and imagine as if you're creating a memory of success in the future, a future memory. 60 seconds. More seconds. Good. Take 3 more deep breaths, sighing on the exhale. Letting it all go as you release with these deep breaths and a sigh. This completes the exercise. Please come back to this anytime you feel a strong resistance to failing or a strong attachment to success. To integrate this experience, I invite you to take the next 5 to 10 minutes to journal about your experience here. Focus particularly on the feeling, images, and thoughts about your future reality. Write it as if it has already happened. Be playful and have fun with it. So write your future reality as if it's already happened, focusing on all the images, thoughts, and feelings that arose. Be playful, okay? It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be even realistic. Just write it as if you're writing it in the future, as if it's already happened. And when you're finished that exercise, consider to yourself, is there any action you can take today that will help move you forward towards success? Right? So if you need a new job, can you start taking a bit of action on a resume? If you are looking for love, is there something you can do to put yourself out there more? Right? Maybe you go get some new clothes to look more beautiful and stylish. So what action can you take? And then after that, please write, what is your new intention in relationship to failure? So what's your intention in relationship to failure, right? So an example of a more positive, uplifting intention might be, my intention is to see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, right? So think about, like, what is your new story or narrative about failing, and how can you make that into a positive perspective and intention? So please journal about that, even just one sentence, 1 or 2 sentences. This journaling process will help you to imprint in a positive way your subconscious mind, so you can have more and more success, and failure is simply a bump on the road towards success. And when you see failure this way, you no longer fail, because you get back up and you move towards success. So remembering that success is really simply the ones who can pick themselves up. It takes many failures to create success. And once you get to success, you realize none of the failures were really failures. They were simply lessons and blessings. So please do that journaling practice, 5 to 10 minutes journaling about your experience, focusing particularly on the feeling, images, and thoughts about your future reality. Write it as if it's already happened. Be playful and have fun with it. Okay, do that first. Then write any action steps you can take towards manifesting and creating the success. Journal about that. And what's your new intention and positive perspective about failure moving forward? So thank you so much for listening, for watching, and tuning in. Appreciate your support through comments, ratings, and all that good stuff. If this was helpful, please consider sharing it with someone else. Share it far and wide for those who can benefit. And this particular practice and method is an adaptation from the work of a man named Frederick Dodson. It's my own creation, and it's based on the guidance of Fred. So I just wanted to honor and acknowledge him in this work as well. Much love, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day.